Hey guys, Scott here with my first impressions of the new killer in DBD from Tokyo Ghoul. The Tokyo Ghoul, I don't know. I know nothing about the actual property. I don't care. He's awesome. He's probably my favorite killer in the entire game right now. And I'm not really into anime or anything like that, but I am a massive fan of this character in the game. The gameplay is, if you guys have ever seen me answer the standard question of what kind of killer would you like added to the game, every time for the past 5 years, my answer has been some type of Spider-Man thing with a grappling hook that can, like, whip around shit. Lo and behold, that's pretty much what we actually finally got, minus a bit of physics I would have loved to see, like actually going around a tree or something. But man, this killer is so damn fun. I was on the PTV for 6 hours and time just went by like that. I was having a genuinely great time playing the killer. For those who don't know how this killer works, he has a leap ability that starts initially with 2 charges. You can use it to bound off of objects and kind of slide past them, and then you can cancel it, or you can go into one final leap. Now, if you do one leap, then you have the ability to latch onto a survivor and basically put them into deep wound, but you can't down them with this ability. It only injures them. This also enrages you, which gives you another leap, so now you've got 3 leaps, and also you can vault pallets and windows much faster than you normally can, because you can actually vault, kind of like how Wesker can use his power to vault a pallet or a window. You can do that, but it's faster. I found the window vaulting to be fairly weak, and in fact, that was the killer's biggest weakness, and I rectified this by slapping on Bamboozle, and that really covered his main weakness. Other than that, he feels actually pretty damn strong. On indoor maps, I noticed he's a bit weaker, but that's like 80% of the killers in the game. But other than that, this is a killer you can't hold W against, and I love killers that you can't hold W against. There's nothing more frustrating than seeing a survivor 20 meters away. They start running when they see you, and they just run away, and you can't do anything about it. This killer you cannot hold W against. But at the same time, he doesn't really have unfair anti-loop too. So even in terms of like being fair and healthy for the game, survivors can't do the boring thing of just holding W, but the killer can't do the boring thing of having an extremely strong anti-loop power. So you kind of have this like good design for both sides where it's actually pretty decent. To be fair, I have not gone against him on Survivor yet. I'm judging this just from the killer side. I might change my opinion. I'm not sure yet. But overall, I found him to be incredibly fun and also quite strong. Surprisingly strong. I originally thought he wasn't that great until I shifted up my playstyle a bit. And the real key to playing this killer is slapping on the 100% slide add-on. So whenever you do your first leap, you kind of slide past what you were aiming towards, but you don't slide very far. If you slap on this add-on, you slide double the amount, so you're literally Tokyo Ghoul drifting around corners, and as you're cooling down, you can cancel your power, which means you can M1 again in like 2 seconds. So you literally fishtail around corners and just smack people. Now, there's currently a bug in the PTB that people think is an actual part of the game where you can swing in your power, which is obviously broken and way overpowered, so I don't know why people are on crack and thinking that's part of the killer. It's clearly a bug. But the actual power itself, it's very hard to get away from. Now, that being said, it's not particularly fantastic at anti-loop on certain loops. Now, sometimes you can play loop with it. You can actually kind of like do a V shape and go in front of them and cut them off. And I started getting better towards the end of the stream at doing that, and it's really fun to do. But also, he's really good at just brute forcing shit down too. If there is a safe tile he cannot play, just kick the pellet. What are they going to do? Hold W? You can catch up in 2 seconds. So it's really nice that if there is a god pallet in the way, it's not really that big of a deal for this killer. He can just kick it and catch back up really quickly. So that always feels really good, and that always alleviates a lot of frustration with playing killer. But man, the actual skill cap to this killer I think is going to be really high, because you can do some insane shit at loops. I'm just starting to scratch the surface of what you can do, but you can sort of like, in a loop, hit one side of the loop, and then use your momentum to slide into another one, and then use the momentum of that slide to end in a body block before someone can get to a window or pallet. And when you do it, oh my god, it feels so good as killer. It feels fucking amazing. And at the same time, the survivor can realize you're trying to do that and double back in the same way that you would double back against a nurse blinking into you, for example. I actually had people learn pretty quickly, since they were my viewers. They, like, when I would try to launch past them, they would immediately stop and turn back around, and my second one would kind of slide too far, and they'd make up the distance that way. Additionally, I also found when you're in your enraged mode, when somebody is marked, which is you mark somebody when you hit someone with your power and actually click on them. When you are in that mode, you have 3 total leaps. After your second leap, the cooldown is significantly reduced. So if you use all 3, your cooldown is like a second and a half before you can M1. So that's really fast too. And I kind of figured that can aid in the ability to down people as well. Because originally I thought, okay, he's sort of like a Legion where he's really good and it's almost a free injure on a lot of people, but he's not so great at downing people. But no, as I played him more and more, he's actually pretty damn good at downing people too. But he's kind of difficult to play in that regard, which again, I love. Really, it's all about the sliding add-on. If you thought this killer wasn't strong or anything, try using the brown sliding add-on. It's not like you're ever run out. They're just little brown add-ons. Try using that, and as you're sliding, press Control to cancel the power. And you'll be able to M1 so quickly, so people can't really run for distance, so they're forced to stay at the loops and play it. And I think that's great design. It makes both the killer and the survivor interact with the most interesting part of the game, which is the dynamic that happens at a loop without a strong anti-loop power that's free. And there's no holding W against that, so they're basically forced to engage the loop there. So, you know, just shit like that, for example, where I cut off the window, that is the primo beautiful shit. When you do it, it feels so good. And that's the kind of stuff that's going to make this killer, you know, a mediocre killer that plays this and a very good player that plays this. There's going to be a vast difference between what you're able to do. So I am really, really looking forward to mating this killer 100%. There's no doubt in my mind I'm going to mate him, unless they significantly nerf or destroy him in some way, in which case I'll cry because this is the most fun I've had in the game since Wesker, basically. So yeah, definitely hugely high opinion of this killer so far. There was a little bit of jank, like I said, a few bugs. Sometimes I would try to grab onto someone and nothing would happen. It typically happens when they're just in range to where the grab should happen, but it didn't quite happen. So you kind of just like freeze in place for a minute. There's some other weird jank bugs. Like I said, you can swing while in your power when you're not supposed to be able to swing. That's way overpowered. It's a PTB. Hopefully they fix these things. But yeah, the real main downside to him is he doesn't have strong window counterplay at all. But like I said, throw on crowd control, bamboozle, even fire up superior anatomy, whatever you can do to make window play easier, and you will have covered his one main weakness. So overall, I am really looking forward to the killer. I'm going to show you a full game on the new Area of Crows map, which I actually don't hate that much either. It's a pretty strong map for Survivor in terms of the tile placements. There's like shack into 3 connected loops, which can suck, but at the same time, it's also a really small map, so it kind of counteracts it, and it's kind of fair. So I'm going to show you a game from start to end there. And finally, the last thing I want to talk about is the perks. His perks range from meh to okay. Like, strangely enough, none of the perks he has are good on him. He doesn't go for M1, so like for example, like Rapid Brutality and his new Hex perk with the Hinder don't really combo that well because he's going to go from an M2 into an M1. That combo is more for killers that have to do 2 M1s, if that makes sense. So the pickup speed perk and the hooking speed perk is kind of nice, but it's more just a quality of life thing than anything else, and it's probably not going to be superseded by a more useful perk. But I tried it with Fire Up, and you're just like, boop, and, you know, putting people on hook, you're just like, ugh, just kind of throw them on there. So that feels really nice, but that's going to be it for the first impressions. I'm going to be playing this killer for the next several days in the PTB. I can't get enough of them, but that's it. Here's the rest of that game. Thanks for watching. Ow. Wait, I get my power back immediately if you do that? XDD? What? I didn't even lose it. Yeah, didn't expect me to kick both these, did you? What kind of a psycho does that? Oh, I tried. I should have canceled it earlier. I would have gotten it down. There we go. Holy lag, what? What are my thoughts so far? I love him. He's like my favorite kill in the game right now. Alright then. Enough to P100 him? I don't care about P100 on anybody to do that, but sure. I only like tentacle-based killers? That is true. Wesker, Nemesis, and Tokyo Ghoul. Big fan. Easy tunnel. Sorry. It's something that the character would do. I watched the anime. Fuck, I misclicked. Actually tragic. Maybe I should have just drifted and not hit that. He's so loud? He is insanely loud, yeah. Hey, nice, I didn't hear that. Fuck. I should have committed. Where the fuck? Oh my god, I'm getting rolled here. What? Why did you go deep wound for like a millisecond? What the fuck was that? Looks like a blast to play as. He really is. He's so fun. Not quite that long a range. Have I seen the anime? No, I don't like anime. God, he's so loud. No. Is it normal that you find tentacles attractive? Yes. What do my two add-ons do? One of them allows me to Tokyo drift around corners because I'm the Tokyo Ghoul. And then one of them just makes my power recovery slightly faster. Crazy bitch, you actually trying that? That had the... like, they literally just allow me to introduce myself to him at the palette, and then my entire game froze. I say we just brute force this down. Oh, never mind. Haven't seen the new M1 killer, the Xenomorph yet?
Have you seen the new man killer, the Xenomorph yet?
Looks great. I can see him being strong once Killer Main's master him. Oh, for sure. He's got a very high skill cap, I think. Can we get Mori? Sure, this game, if I remember. Wait, why is the mirror image still here? I thought it was supposed to fade when I thought it fades when you kick the generator, no? Does the anime grunt? He more like anime roars. I don't know. Was that a mirror image? Yeah. It's an old perk from Vecna. Oh, shit. Hello. Didn't see it. Yeah, the cooldown is really short on the third one. Really, really short. I'm not sure if it scales linearly with how many charges you've used, but I know after the second one, your third dash cooldown is really short. Oh, did I downgrade? I downgraded. Gross. How did I fix that store problem? Nothing. I just waited for 20 minutes and it just fixed by itself. Xeno feels awful. Yeah, I have no doubt he feels like shit. I don't even think he deserved it. Xenomar's kind of boring, but he didn't need to be neutered like that. So, does the main character of Tokyo Ghoul use tentacles for mobility in the show? Is that a thing? God, I hate Bamboozle? I do, yeah. Okay. Ever tried Oni in the PTB? No. Why would I ever? Oh, why didn't that work? Weird. I am missing all these. What did I even target? I just targeted the fucking floor. I thought you can't even do that. Oh, what is that? What do we even do here? Oh. What does he have? 4 giant tongues? Those are the tongues of each of the ghouls that he Tokyo'd. What about Blood Favor? Blood Favor would be pretty good. Thanatophobia. He's really good at getting injures. His downs are a bit harder to get, but still not that hard, honestly. I'm joking, but I'm actually correct? Oh. Sweet. God, you were ugly. B or C tier? I would say low A tier. Except on indoor maps. He's pretty shit on indoor maps. Wait, can you BM like someone on the ground? I like it. I don't know anything about the character, but I like it.